Good day everyone, Dactablab here. The Arknights anime has officially ended. And I don't just mean the third season, the series as a whole has wrapped up. Or has it? For now, this is the end of our animated journey through Terra, and while I originally wanted to do a full review of the series, what I said in my quick reviews still stands. Thank Nyan for those extra 2 minutes per short. Still, if you want me to put a score on it, Season 3 gets a solid 9 out of 10. A fantastic adaptation of the first arc, great animation and character work, but sadly held back by rushed pacing and too few episodes. For the series overall, I did give it an 8. The growing pains of Season 1 drag it down, and Season 2 Episode 4 does not exist. With that out of the way, let's talk about what we are really here for, the opening. I am not pretending to be the originator of this style, I just want to give this amazing series some extra promotion while I can. And hey, if Geoff ever does his own analysis of it, even better. With that explained, let's dive in. This is an analysis of Rise from Ember's opening. We start strong, with an opening scene showing Rhodes Island preparing to end the Chernobyl-Lumen conflict. Mirroring them, we see the original Reunion members, implying that both groups weren't so different ones. As well, we are shown who this season will focus on. The Doctor, who was central in previous 2 seasons, is now standing beside Amiya. Close, but not prominent. Amiya is the one at the center, and the opening wastes no time making that clear. We then get a rapid-fire sequence of the supporting cast, Chen racing to catch up with her sister, Hedori, Ines and the Sarkas mercenaries lurking in the shadows, W looking towards her next goal, Patriot advancing, and Tallulah standing against the storm as K-Chief's hands surround her. A very unsubtle nod to his role in this plot. Out of all of this, the most striking shot for me is W's. We don't see her face, but we can inquire she's just looking at the control tower. But the way her head is angled might suggest that she's actually looking at the rising sun behind it. A subtle hint at how she's actually been able to see further than others, and the sunrise colors hints at who inspired her to do so. Then we shift back to Amiya, looking at her bloodied hands while leading her operators through the rubble. Despite her guilt, she pushes forward, with the Doctor quietly watching her back. Jen, exhausted but unyielding, stands among fallen Reunion soldiers. Like Amiya, she shows determination, mixed with distaste for the violence she has to inflict. We then flash back to Tallulah in her old clothes, while wandering infected walk across the screen, drifting throughout the endless tundra as the snow falling around them. Then a gentle flame dances on her hand as the scene changes, showing the infected no longer drifting about, but finally having a place to be happy and call their own. However, her pose hints at how the cost of their happiness is slowly weighing on her. But with the faces of those supporting her flashing by, her resolve is being strengthened to continue the fight. The peaceful memory fades, replaced by the looming conflict, with each member preparing themselves to face it head-on, as well as a blink and you miss it show of those caught in the crossfire. Tallulah then rises her gentle flame into her blade, mirrored by Amiya raising her bloody hand to face some unknown foe, reinforcing once more the reflection between these two. The crescendo then hits, and we see Reunion turning on itself, the movement in disarray, as Patriot stands as its last bastion of morality. Then action floats in, Rosmontis crushing buildings with a gesture, shield guards charging in, as Sarkas receiving the Twat's gift, where the marking on his mask imply how their life is nothing but suffering. Best Girl jumping in, only to be disrespected by Patriot. Chen jumping into the fire as a resolute shout leaves her lungs, while in contrast, Tallulah, still facing the storm, is shaken by the consequences of her choices, filling her more and more with despair. As the lyrics asks if you can't see how the rage hurts us, K-Chief's hands literally take hold of Tallulah's head. More glimpses follow. Rosmontis fighting on 2 fronts, Patriot's unyielding advance, Mephisto's praying for release, W focused and determined, Chen continuing her fight among the flames, just as Amiya joins with a determined step forward, finalizing with a scene of calcit in front of the sarcophagus, reminding us that behind all the chaos, deeper secrets remain untold. The Doctor then raises their hands to the sky, as if to pray to the heavens alongside the sun, one hand lying there in the air, the very same hand the story began with the main cast charging forward as the lyric cry out, "Please end the end of days," with a final shot of the tundra as a lonely set of footprints walk off into the distance. The title card appears on screen. That's the opening. And oh boy, there is so much to unpack. Not only sets up this season's events and themes, but it also shows the mental toll on every character. Everyone is exhausted by endless conflict. Everyone just wants it to stop. And despite this, they know it won't end on its own, so they have to do their part in order to stop the end of days. And what helps to sell this feeling, without a doubt, is Renoir's voice. If Alive was a mysterious introduction to this cruel world, and Aching Pulse set the stage for the conflict in Lumen, End of Days is but a prayer, desperately wishing for all the beings a place for peace and tranquil sleep. The opening feels like a cry for peace from someone who has only ever known pain. It could represent Rhodes Island, Reunion, the Sarkas, or even Ursus. Everyone is just tired. They just want the other side to stop and hear their story for once. Which is ultimately the goal Rhodes Island, and Reunion at its conception, attempted to achieve. Another scene worth mentioning is the only modification the opening had during its run. The last scene of that long set of footprints in the snow is then joined by many. Not only does this work beautifully to display how different individuals can come together towards a common goal, but this is what the Reunion emblem stands for. For years, we thought this symbol was a segmented double helix, as to represent the infected and their status as being singled out of the larger group. However, this single image comes to change this meaning. This is not a DNA strand, but a set of footsteps coming together, a group of individuals forming a reunion. I said it once and I will say that again. This anime was made with love, not just for the fans, but by the creators who understood what makes Arknights so powerful. And damn, doesn't this opening prove it? The anime is over, and while new projects are uncertain, I will always be grateful for these 26 episodes. They could have taken the easy route, phone it in, and use it as a simple gacha game promotion. Instead, they gave us one of the best games adaptations out there, and that deserves recognition. This has been Dr. Blob, once again thanking Hypergriff for this anime, and thanking you for watching. So, what do you think? Did you catch the different details in the opening? Would you have liked them to do it differently? Or do you hope Hypergriff and Joestar adapt another arc in the future? Leave your thoughts in the commentaries down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, stay healthy everyone.